Good morning, everyone. Good morning. So, shall we begin the session? Today's topic is chapter number 13. That is, what are the various future trends in the information system? We have studied about what are the various information system. Now, what are the various future trends that is covered, that is available within the information system? So, upon completion of this chapter, so what is the learning outcome? That is, upon completion of this chapter, you will be able to understand. That is, what are the various future trends that is used in the information system, or how we are able to catch up? What are the various information systems? How we are going to deal with that future trends that is available within the information system? Now let's start with the introduction. Introduction says the information system can be used as a rapid pace. That means it is growing as a rapid pace ever since their introduction in the 1950s. In 1950, it is growing up and then going on at a rapid pace. And today, devices that we can hold in one hand are more powerful than the computer used to land a man on the moon. The internet has made the entire world accessible to us, allowing us to communicate and collaborate with each other like never before. That means nowadays IT have a main role. IT have a main role that have a growing. That is to communicate and collaborate with each other. That like never before. Now, what is the meaning of global? That means globally, each and every technique. For example, when we use the internet, we can search the information globally. That is beyond the boundary. So it is a continuing expansion of the globalization, and the use of the internet is one of the example is growing all over the world, and with the use of the digital devices. And growth is coming from some unaccepted places like countries such as the Indonesia and the Iran that are leading in the internet growth. These are the obstacles for the internet users. The next one is social. That is social media is also, for example, the one of the best example is a Facebook. That is another trend that continues with the use of the IT or information systems than personal. So ever since the advent of the Web 2.0 and the e-commerce, the users of the information system, so whosoever the users of information system, that are to be expected to modify their experiences to meet their personal taste, and from custom background on computer desktop to the unique ringstop on the mobile phones, makers of the digital devices provides the ability to personalize how we use them, how we are able to use those devices that is available within the, or that is used as a future trend in the information system. This is the mobile, then wearable. That means whatever the glass, for example, a glass is wearable, that is wear out time to time. So wearable has been around for a long time, but with technologies such as hearing aids and later Bluetooth capacity or Bluetooth earphones that are also available with the Google Glass that will project images into the field of your vision based on your context and the voice commands. The next class of wearable are those related to the healthcare. That have a UP have a by the J-bone consists of a wristband and that an app that tracks how you sleep, move and eat and helps you use that information to feel you the best. That is the best way out that can be used to track your sleep patterns, mood, eating program, available wearable. Then collaborative, that means combination. So as more and more use of the more of us use the smartphones and the wearable, it will be simpler than never or ever to share the data with each other for the mutual benefits. And some of this sharing can be done passively, such as reporting our location in order to update the traffic stats. Other data can be reported actively, such as adding our rating of a restaurant to a review site. And the smartphone app, that is a Waze, is a community-based tool that keeps track of the route you are traveling and how fast you are making your way to your destination. That is how fast is the tracking out. That is how to make your destination. And return for providing your data, you can benefit from the data that is being sent from all of the users of the app. And Waze will route out your traffic and accidents that based upon the real project report from the other users also. The next one is a printable, and one of the most amazing innovation that is used to be developed recently is the 3D printer. That is a 3D printer allows you to print virtually a 3D project that is based on the model of the project. And this can be done by creating the layer upon layer of the model using the malleable materials such as different type of glasses, metal, or even wax. And 3D printing is quite useful for prototyping the designs of the product to determine their feasibility and the marketability. In a nutshell, what we call the term as a maker, that refers to the new category of the builders who are using open source method and the latest technology to bring out the manufacturing out of its traditional security context and remain to the personal desktop computers. Now, as the Internet of the Things, 6 broad applications are identified. First one is tracking the behavior, then enhanced situational awareness, then sensor-driven decision analysis, process optimization, optimized resource consumption, complex autonomous system, then autonomous. Now, let's move to the next part, that is the so first one is tracking the behavior. So when the products are embedded with the sensors, so whatever the product that are embedded with the sensor, that are available with the sensor, that can be carried out with the data, that can be carried out with the resources. So when products are embedded with the sensors, companies can track the movement of these products and even monitor the interactions. So whatever the interactions, whatever tracking behavior that will be used, so they can move out the things, they can monitor the things that is available with them. And the business models can be fine-tuned to take the advantage of this behavior data. That is, they are also going to take this behavioral data, and some insurance company, for example, are offering to install location sensors in customers' cars. So these are the companies that provides how the interface or how to track the behavior or how these behavior can be tracked out to give the sensors in the customer's cars. And that also allows these companies to base the price of policies on how a car is driven as well as where it travels. That is how it travels, where it travels, and how it will be carried out. The next one is enhanced situational awareness. So data from the large number of the sensors deployed, for example, in infrastructure such as the roads and the buildings, or to the report on the environmental conditions, can give the decisions makers a heightened awareness of real-time events. So whatever the real-time event that is available, that also used with enhanced situational awareness, that will be used, that will be aware, that will be going on to make the. So shall we continue the session? All right. So second point is enhance our situational awareness. So whatever the awareness that is available, so that enhance them or increase them. So data from the large number of the sensors deployed, for example, in the infrastructure when we talk about the roads and the buildings, or to report on the environmental condition that includes the soil moisture, ocean currents, or the weather. That can also give the decision makers a heightened awareness of the real-time events, particularly when the sensors are used with the advanced display or the visualization technology. So whatever the technologies, whatever the detail enhancement that is used, so that gives a detail awareness, advanced display or the visualization technologies. And the security personnel, for example, or for instance, can use a sensor network that combines videos, audios, and vibration detectors to spot unauthorized individual who enter the restricted area. So whatever the restricted area that is used, so that is available or that is used to combine the videos, audio, and the vibration detectors to spot the unauthorized individual who can enter the restricted areas. The next one is a sensor-driven decision analysis. So the Internet of the Things, whatever the Internet of the Things, that can support longer range, more complex human planning and the decision making. And this technology requirement tremendous storage, and the computing resources linked with advanced software system that generates a variety of the graphical display. So that means there are multiple software system that is used with enhanced or advanced software system that generates a variety of the graphical displays for analyzing the data. That means for analyzing the data, they are using the software system that is advanced software system that is used, that is also going to rise accordingly. Accordingly means whatever the sensor driven decision making, decision analysis that is available. The next one is a process optimization. So whatever the process optimization, so for example, some industries such as the chemical production are installing the legends of sensors to bring much greater, yes, yeah, there is a high level of the monitoring that is available, and these sensors feed data to the computers, which in turns analyze the data and then sends the signals to actuators, and that adjust the processes. For example, by modifying the integrant mixture, temperature, or the pressure. So that is the process optimizations. The next one is optimized resource consumption. So there is a network sensors and automatic feedback mechanism that can also change the usage patterns for the scarce resources such as energy and the water. So that is used for the optimized resource consumptions. And this can be accomplished. This can be used by dramatically or dynamically changing the price of these goods to increase or reduce the demand. So whatever the demand pattern, whatever the pricing of these goods that is used, that is either high, that is either to increase or reduce the demand. The next one is a complex autonomous system. So the most demanding use of the Internet of the Things involves a rapid real-time sensing of the unpredictable conditions. If there is any unpredictable condition that occurs, there is a growing need. There is a more demand of the Internet of the Things. Everything is available online, so we can instantaneous change the concept. We can instantaneous use the concept that is used. That is a sudden or the real-time sensing of the unpredictable conditions, and the instantaneous response is guided by the automated system. And this kind of machine decision making mimics human reactions, though at vastly enhance the performance levels. And the automobile industry, for example, is stepping up the development of a system that can detect emittent collisions and take the evasive action. So whatever the action, whatever the autonomous system that is used for the Internet of the Things that involves a rapid real-time sensing of the unpredictable conditions. And the next one is the autonomous. What is the meaning of autonomous? So a final trend that is emerging is an extension of the Internet of Things that is autonomous, that is automatically robots and the vehicles. And by combining the software, sensor, and the location technologies, devices that operate themselves, so whatever the devices that is operating on themselves to perform the specific functions are being developed. So whatever the scenario, whatever the development task that is available, so that specific functions are being developed over here. And this takes the form of the creation such as the medical nanotechnology robots, self-driving cars, or the UAVs. And nanobot is a robot whose components are on the scale of about a nanometer, which is 1 billion of a meter. And that is showing promise for the applications in the medical field. For example, a set of the nanobots could be introduced into the human body to combat cancer or a specific disease. And when you talk about the UAV, that is unmanned aerial vehicle, that often refers to the drone, that is a simple airplane or a helicopter that can fly without a pilot. So instead of a pilot, they are either run autonomously by the computers in the vehicle or operated by a person using a remote control. And while most drones today are used for the military or the civil application, there is a growing market for the personal drones. And for around $300, that is $300, a consumer can purchase a drone for the personal usage. They can use the drone for a personal usage also. Now, next is a summary for this. So, as the world of the IT moves forward, we will be constantly changed or challenged by the new capabilities or innovations that will both amaze and distinguish us. And when we talk about the chapter number 12 that you have studied, many new capability and the power that come with these new technology will test us and requires a new way of thinking around world, the world. And the businesses and the individuals will alike need to be aware of these coming changes, or whatever these coming changes that will be used, so that coming changes and prepare for them. Now these are the various study questions. So which countries are the biggest users of the internet, social media or the mobile? Which country had the largest internet growth in percentage between the 2008 and the 2012? How will most people connect to the internet in the future? So these are the various questions of this chapter. And how will the people most affect, or the most people connect to the internet in the future? What is a nanobot that we have studied right now? Now, these are the exercise questions. These are scenario based questions. And do some research about the first hangam printed using a 3D printer and report on some of the concerns raised. Write down an example of how the Internet of Things might provide a business with a competitive advantage. What potential problem do you see with the rise in the number of the driverless cars? Now, these are the answers that is available, that is carried out within each chapter, that is chapter number 1 to chapter number last. What are the 5 components that makes up an information system? That may be hardware, that may be a software, that may be a data, that may be a people, that may be a process. 3 example, that is a PC, printer, mouse, tablet. These are the few examples. Then Microsoft Windows is an example of which component of information system? That is the operating system, which is a part of the software component. Now, what is the application software? That is software that does something useful. Now, what is the definition of a process? That is a series of the steps undertaken to achieve a desired outcome or the goal. Then who invented the first? That is the ARPANET, that was activated in 1969, and the personal computer was introduced in 1975. That is Advanced Research Project SNC Network. Now, next one is write down or write your own description of what the information or what the term information system hardware means. So what is the meaning of the hardware system or information system hardware? These are the questions from the chapter number 3, that is come up with your own definition of the software. So a variety of answers are available, but the main definition is software is it is a collection of the programs. So what is software? That is a collection of the program. What is a program? That is a set of the instructions. Now, which of the following operating systems are used or are operating system, and which are the applications? Microsoft Excel, that is application. Chrome, that is also application, not the operating system. iTunes is also application, but Windows, Android, and Windows and Android are the operating system, and the Angry Bird, that is also application. Now, ERP, what is the ERP? That is the Enterprise Resource Planning. That is a software application with a centralized database that is implemented across the entire organization. So whatever the entire organization that is used So how we can implement that organization, or how we can implement that software, that is a ERP, within the requirements. Now, chapter number 4 question says, what is the difference between the data, information, and the knowledge? Then what is the personal DBMS? What is the difference between the spreadsheet and the database? Let's have the 3 differences between them. Then what is the meaning of the normalization? This is one of the questions. Normalize the database means to redesign or design in the way that reduces the duplication of the data. So main thing is that one is normalization means one of the main aim is to remove the duplication of the data between the tables and give the table as much flexibility as possible. So whatever the flexibility that is given to the table, that is available or that is used in the normalization. Now name a database that you interact with frequently, that the school online system, the students are from the school. Data mining is one of the important points. That is your process of analyzing the data to find out the previously unknown trends, patterns in order to make the decisions. That is also, that is known as the data mining. Then ARPANET, that is used with the Stanford, MIT and the University of the Utah. Now Web 2.0, who is the father of www, that is the Tim Berners-Lee. And these are the pretexting. What is the purpose of encryption? So encryption means simply converting the plain text into the cipher text so that it will be used